Hello, my name is John Rosebush. I'm the founder, the CEO, and the president of the Worldwide Development Corporation. I decided to make this video specifically about India. Why India? Because the Worldwide Development Corporation has been attempting to partner with India for the last 6 months. India has a population of about 1.4 billion people. That represents 17% of the world population. India today produces about 1/3 of a terawatt of electricity. In comparison, the United States generates 1 terawatt of electricity. India has 4 times the amount of people. It's predicted that between 5 and 600 million people in India will face severe water shortages this year. And it's just going to continue to get worse. They're depleting their groundwater at an enormous rate. The Himalayas glaciers are melting, which will cause the rivers to go away. The pollution within the rivers, in many cases, are untouchable by humankind. The smog in the major cities from the coal and are so bad that people are wearing medical masks. This situation is almost hell for the Indian people. So, what has the Worldwide Development Corporation attempted to do? We've been working with a group of people from India to get to the central government to partner with them. And we thought, well, the progress is going well. But recently we found out that the government thinks that the Worldwide Development Corporation cannot fulfill its United Nations promise. It thinks that physics will not allow that to happen. Well, that is exactly why I created the United Nations Challenge. The United Nations Challenge states if the Worldwide Development Corporation cannot prove that it can generate 10,000 times the amount of electricity in India that it produces today, right from things that are already completed, engineering, prototype, and 3D drawings, then it's willing to give up the rights to the new energy invention. That should eliminate all skepticism. Yet India persists that the Worldwide Development Corporation cannot do that. Just out of the blue, that's what they think. They also want to know where we have installed the new energy invention. Of course, it's stated that it's a brand new type of technology, so it's not installed anywhere, just common sense. So they're using these excuses to not partner with us and go forward. For the Worldwide Development Corporation, it's fine because it's not hurting us. We're not attempting to get rich. So our goal was to work with India to help India, put India in a leadership position and solve the major crisis that's going on in India. Because this new alternative energy invention can produce that much electricity in India. And it states that if I can't prove that it's 50% cheaper than wind or solar, we'll give up the rights. And if it's not 20% cheaper than coal, which is the cheapest form of energy generation today, we'll give up the rights. It doesn't cost them any money. So this is just some politician's view of the Worldwide Development Corporation new energy invention capabilities. It's wrong to the Indian people, and it doesn't bother us. So let's look forward a little bit. Right now, Singapore is interested in this new energy invention. So we'll see what Singapore does. And Singapore, we're asking to bring along China. So we'll see how those two countries are affected by the possibility of partnering with us. Because China and Singapore have major issues just like India. India happens to be the worst. China is second. And we're going to make the same type of offers to China. Now, if they turn us down, that's fine. But we're going to attempt to. And we'll see where that goes. I will try to keep you updated as I'm working with different groups around the world to bring this new energy invention to the world in a responsible way that helps the poor people and rebuilds the middle class around the world. You know, this new energy invention is the first step in creating a sustainable planet. Just the first step, and yet it's major. We actually believe we can power the world 10,000 times over with this new energy invention. I know many people, many scientists that think, well, the physics, it's impossible. But we're willing to put our entire company at stake over it. So we must think it's possible because there'd be no other reason. I have nothing to gain by this except to help the world. But problem is, I want to help the world in a very responsible way because we have additional steps to go to create a sustainable planet, even if this new energy invention is accepted and installed in a very quick fashion. We also have desalination for fresh water, but more importantly, we need to set up recycle centers around the world to recapture our resources for reuse. Again, I've stated in other videos, 30% of the oil consumed in the United States is to make products. Even if we replace all the energy on the planet and oil for transportation fuels, which now represents still 98% of the transportation fuels in the world today, we would still run out of oil in a very short time frame due to making products. We have a linear economy. The only thing I'm trying to do is make common sense and let people know unless we convert to a circular economy, which includes recycle centers all over the world to recapture those resources, we will end up destroying ourselves. Today, 1.7 Earths we need as far as resources to maintain our standard of living today. That's unsustainable. And they actually predict by the year 2030, we're going to need 2 planets. We can't continue on like this. So I've created this short video to talk about India. I feel awful for the Indian people because I have the solution. Actually, India could power their entire country 10,000 times over, produce all the fresh water they could ever drink, eliminate the pollution, stop everything that's forcing India to suffer, and create a country that the Indian people would be so happy and a chance for hope and prosperity. I thank you for listening to this video and have a great day.